Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. This video finds us in our Viper. It is the Viper F, and we'll be riding in this little beastie for the following 2 drops. Now, we are outfitted with 3 small pulse lasers, 8 heavy machine guns, jump jets for mobility, and a top speed of 139 kph. I can almost hear the collective sighs because anyone who has been on the receiving end of a Viper attack understands just how dangerous the 8 heavy machine guns can be. Given enough time, they will chew through components and armor like a hot knife through butter. But this video isn't about the hundreds of damage that you can eke out with a Viper and this build. No, this video is a little bit different. This video is going to be a pep talk. A pep talk about never quitting or giving up. Now, I promise there is some very entertaining footage coming your way, and you definitely want to watch this video clear to the end and absorb it all. So our first drop of the video has us playing incursion mode on Grim Plexus, and obviously things aren't going as planned. This was a very laggy server, and I was in the open ground getting focused by the enemy as well as taking a lot of team damage. Due to the lag, they either didn't see me or thought I had cleared out when they were firing a bunch of weapons and missiles. And now I'm in the thick of it. My mech is beat up, left leg is open, right torso is open. Most of my weapons are gone. I'm down to 2 small pulse lasers. Now, there's a lot of negative Nellies out there. Some of them may even be on your own team that are going to say, in these situations, throw in the towel, do a suicide charge, whatever it takes. Put yourself out of your misery. Let me know in the comments what you guys do in this situation. I'm going to urge you to hang in there. You never know what's going to happen, and constantly look for ways to be an asset to your team. So as damaged as I am, I kind of got the idea. I'll go to the enemy base. I have my little 2 small pulse lasers. I'll do some chip shots. Maybe I can take out the turret emplacements and at least open the door for my team to come do damage to the base. Or maybe I can get inside myself and do some damage to the enemy base. Either way, I want to be as helpful as I can to my teammates. So I'm going to take up a strange angle here, trying to do damage on the turret. Obviously, it has to come out of its little housing mount before I can do damage. And I'm looking at my mini-map when I notice an enemy is coming up behind me in Fox 5. I'm not necessarily in the best shape to engage that enemy, but I can lend some fire support and help out my other unit who is up there engaging the little flea. So let me see what I can do. And while I'm evaluating the situation, in comes a huntsman with missils. Now this is an even better looking target than the flea because he is open front CT. Now he is open back CT, and it appears he has not seen me and is ignoring me. So I'm going to just see what I can do, chewing up the back of the huntsman. He continually takes damage as he's focusing my teammate who's engaged with the flea. A couple more shots, we should be able to take him out, trying to shoot the butt of his mech and get that damage to register on the CT. And there we go. We wind up getting the shot on the front center torso, and that takes him out of the game. Unfortunately, the flea has finished off my teammate and is now moving in for the kill on my mech as well. I'm heavily damaged, so this shouldn't be too much trouble for this little flea, but I'm going to try to inflict as much damage as possible before I go down in a blaze of glory. And this is why I say stick with it. Hang in there. You never know what's going to happen. If you had told me a damn Viper with 2 small pulse lasers is going to take out a Huntsman, I would have told you how wrong you are. So I do finally go down, but I get that kill, and it was an important kill. And it just goes to show that you never quit, never give up, because you never know what's going to happen in the drop. Now, finishing this out with my teammates, the score is quickly 10-5. The balance of power is clearly in our favor. They're just kind of mopping up, and there's our little flea friend from before. So I'm going to watch this because I'm going to enjoy a little revenge as my teammates swarm him over and kill him. And last one is Lima on the hillside. So, again, can't stress this enough. Even if things look incredibly bleak, stay in there and see what kind of contributions you can make to your teammates. And you never know where the path is going to lead you. My teammates now are going to circle around and go to the enemy base, because obviously we need to do some damage to the enemy base in order to end the match. So we finished this match out with an all-important team victory. Checking the end score, it isn't impressive. We only did 260 damage, and I would chalk this up as a miserable drop, but we got the one important kill, and that was the Huntsman. Moving on to our next drop. This one finds us again in our Viper F, but this time we are playing Assault mode on the Frozen City. So as this match plays out, let's continue our discussion, or pep talk, if you will, about the importance of having the proper attitude in MechWarrior Online. Playing this game will lead to incredible moments of frustration, and how you deal with that is very important. You can give up, quit, walk away, rage quit, never play the game again, delete it from your hard drive, or you can choose to hang in there, gut it out, and see just exactly where the journey is going to lead you, because I guarantee there are going to be drops and matches that don't go as planned. Now, whether that's a result of pilot error, you know, getting yourself into a bad position, getting hung up on terrain while you're trying to evade enemy units, it could be something as simple as a lucky shot by an enemy on a leg or other key component or weapon system that greatly impacts your battlefield effectiveness. These things are going to happen, as well as silly things like I like to do, is just stumbling into a nest of the enemy and getting focused because you didn't realize they were there, or, you know, going vertical and getting focused by the enemy. I would never, ever, ever do a maneuver like that. Never. But you're going to have games that play out exactly like this, and you're going to feel in those moments that the game is over before it's even started. And those are the moments where I would urge you, hang in there. You never know how this is going to play out. Keep focusing on how can I help my teammates? How can I be an asset, even in a heavily damaged mech? So in this particular drop, you've noticed I've already committed a whole bunch of cardinal sins trying to spot for my team. I've gone vertical, gotten focused. I've gone to the flank and gotten focused. My mech is heavily damaged, and I would tell you, that's all on me. That's my fault. My mech is heavily damaged now because of poor choices, decisions, maneuvers that I have made going into this drop. But I'm still trying to figure out how I can help out my team. Now, I did try to go around a wide flank and do a wide flanking maneuver, looking to see if I can get into enemy backs or at least come at them from an unexpected angle. And unfortunately, while I was rotating, it looks like the enemy was rotating and moving on as well, because they're not up here where I expected them to be. So obviously that plan did not play out as I pictured it in my head, and now I'm stuck trying to run around and get eyes on the enemy positions. This is not the position I hoped to be in. I was hoping to come up behind unsuspecting enemies, core them out with my machine guns, and redeem myself for being dumb in the early game. So after doing our huge flanking motion, we do find some enemy units that just wasn't who I was expecting and where I was expecting to find them. So the Hellbringer is open left leg, which looks nice and juicy. And he's got a crow with him as well, so we'll move in and take these guys out if we can. But while we're doing so, the Storm Crow manages a good shot on my left leg, and that leg is gone, whether it was a combination of damage from his shot or if I took a little bit of damage as I finished my jump, I'm not sure. But either way, I'm now legged, limited to 40 kph, not a good position to be in, because at that slow speed I'm going to have trouble getting into position to successfully engage the enemy. I won't be able to get away, and I will be easy pickings for any enemy units that decide to focus me. Vipers are not known as the tankiest of mechs. On a good day, they rely pretty much on their speed. So now I see India, the Kodiak, is around the other side of the building from me, and I don't know if I can get around the building in time. If I can, I'll be able to help out, and they kill him before I can even get around. I am just in a whole world of hurt, taking shots from the enemy and limping along at 40 kph. I'm going to try to stick to cover as much as possible, just to preserve as much of my mech as long as possible. I'll tank a few shots where I can, but the big thing I need to do is spot enemies, fight what I can where I can, like this hunchback. I don't think he saw me. He's coming around the side, and we'll get some shots on him before he makes a run for it. And hopefully the pitter-patter of the machine guns helps to drive him off. And he is a full-on medium laser build, which is not good. I'm just glad he's not looking my general direction, because now my mech is hurt even worse. I've lost a bunch of my firepower in that left arm. I still want to help out the rest of the team as best as possible. This one's getting close. It's 10-9. So any damage I can help contribute is a bonus to the team. I've just got to be careful with the angles that I approach, use the terrain and buildings for cover as best as possible, and for as long as possible before exposing my mech. There's an enemy right around the corner here. He's trailing some smoke. That is Lima, another hunchback. In fact, there's two of them. Let me see if we can help him with his right torso, or the removal thereof. We'll see if we can help him with the rest of his mech as well. Putting what's left of our machine guns to work on him. And we managed to get the kill. The enemy is under heavy fire. That is the medium laser hunchback from before. And he takes out my teammate. It's him against me. He shut down, luckily. I'm focusing that leg. I want to get rid of the mobility. If I don't do that, I definitely don't stand a chance in this match. And he overheats himself with those lasers, trying to finish me off. And instead, I get the kill on him in a clutch play. One-on-one, 2 damaged mechs. Who would have thought the little Viper could pull it out? Checking the end score, we wind up with 3 kills, 391 damage. Isn't the highest amount of damage, but the last 2 of those kills came at the best possible last seconds of the match.